you for tuning in to the Miss Blue Radio Show. I was laughing behind the scenes. I got my co-host, Callie Girl, back in the building. How you doing, Zor?
I am doing lovely, ready for our talk and our gossip and the juicy stuff.
Woo! Yes, the juice, okay? Because I definitely got some. So I hope y'all tuning in because you do not want to miss this show. We're going to be talking about a number of topics tonight, okay? But like y'all know me, I like to dive deep into it. So, hey, Shiley. That's my friend, Shiley. Hey,
hello, Shiley.
Okay. One of the topics that I had to talk about was that damn Derek Jackson. Okay. First off, he was a relationship expert. What? So he was saying, that was his title, okay? I can't make it up. Mm-hmm. And he gave all this wonderful advice. Now, mind you, I saw him on Twitter a couple of times. I didn't follow him or anything. Mm-hmm. I clicked on a few videos and was like, okay, cool, whatever. Because, that's his thing, whatever. Yeah. Well, he ended up being a big-ass cheater. Multiple times cheater. I mean, a cheater is a cheater, okay? Yes. He was cheating and giving advice. And people was leaving amen when he was doing the same thing. So my thing is, Callie. Callie girl. Yes. How do you feel about women or people in general taking advice from social media relationship experts? Because they ain't went to school for this shit. They just think they good at whatever they doing and say, I'm a relationship expert. What do you think about that?
I wouldn't believe him for a second unless I saw a degree, unless I seen that they went to university or have some kind of background. Because if you're just going to go off based on somebody that are just telling you things you want to hear and be on your side and not both sides, then, especially for somebody that's contradicting themselves and doing the same thing, it's like, ooh, like, it rubbed me the wrong way in a big way.
I mean, it's one thing to publicly embarrass your wife and to do it it's one thing to do it behind the scenes. But when you publicly embarrass your wife, I just think that it doesn't get any lower than that.
Yeah, that's pretty raunchy to me. And I would hope this woman's listening to your radio show and I'll be alimony. Go after that pension, girl.
I don't know, boo, because from the video that's been going around, it seems like she's one of those women that's just like, I might have gave him a reason to cheat. I don't know. But let me say this. This is what I didn't not understand. Only social media does this. I saw more women on his side than I was expected because of how she looked in the video. They were like, that's why he cheated, because look at how she dressed. Look at how she wears her hair. A man is going to cheat if he got the baddest bitch, okay? So why are you giving excuses to a man that's cheated on his wife? Like, what the girl?
Then she really needs help and boosting her confidence. Girl, let me tell you something. Okay. Let me rewind a little bit. Now, if you expect to blame yourself, shame on you. You should know better. You're a woman. He took your hand and matrimony for good and health and sickness and health and all that good stuff. Come on now. He knew what he was getting involved with when he married you. He's supposed to stick with you thick and thin. That's all it's about. And it's just like for you to try to put it on yourself to make him look good. Girl, you look even worse than what he made you looking for before. That's what I'm just saying.
I mean, I agree. Like for me, I never listened to social media advice. Like the only lady that I listen to is Real Talk Kim. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't talk about like what you should do with your marriage. She talks about like God-given, messages that she gets from God and the universe and the Holy Spirit. Yeah. She talks about making yourself a better person for, whether you're a man or a woman. Mm-hmm. I never really got into these relationship experts and, I'm about to do this because so-and-so said that. So I was just sad by some of the broken women, though, that he's hurt. It's a lot of women that had hope in this man. Like, to them, now, no, all men got to be bad if Derek Jackson cheated on his wife. And that's just not true.
No, there's a lot of good men out there. It's just you got to find them. That's how I see it. Because the way how I see it is like, I had my bad apples. I had a couple rotten apples in my lifetime, and luckily now I found a man who's, my fiance, the love of my life, and he showed me a different side because, it's a relationship I want to work on with. Now, if you're not happy in a marriage relationship, then you got to take a step out,
Absolutely.
and, don't string that person along. I'm not no innocent person either, but you hurt me, I hurt you back, but in this relationship, it's totally different from all because it's like, I want to embrace this. I want to work on it. I want to become better and a better wife and a better person and a best friend to my fiance. Now, when it's like people are giving you advice, they don't really live with you and that person in the house.
Right.
So they don't know. You don't really know a person until you move in with them. That's the baseline. You really don't know until you move in with them. And from what I experience, it's like, as I said, I have my bad apples, really bad ones, really rotten ones, and of course, what I'm going through with that, with court and stuff, but with this one, it's like different. But for people to give you advice, yeah, they could be there to listen to you, but that's what people should do. And if they want to give advice, you could take it or leave it. With me, I didn't take anybody's advice or anything, and me and my fiance just do our own thing, because if you bring people in, it starts bringing in, different feelings about the other person. So basically, I think whatever you have between you and your significant other is to stay between you guys, because you don't know if that man, I'm not even say his name. It's not even worth for me to say. It's a disgraceful thing. Okay. For him to do what he did and give people advice about relationships, but yet he contradicts himself and does the same thing that other people do there, which is negative to the relationship. It's just like, how dare you? And you could have ruined a lot of good marriages that could have lasted a long time.
I mean, yeah, that's why I said that, I just was kind of like, man, y'all got to stop listening to these people on social media. Like, it's not really that serious. Like, even with counselors, though, because my first marriage, we tried to make it last or whatever, but just like, it just was not, it was just not good.
Yeah.
But one of the final blows for me, or no, the final blow for me was the fact that I caught him with another chick. Yeah, and if you know me, you know me well. Like, I don't play that type of shit. If I find out that you cheated, ain't that much love in the damn world. I'm gone. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you say. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of family members that was telling me I was wrong for leaving, and I was much younger. Mm-hmm. So I was always that chick that was like, you thought the grass was green on the other side, your ass gonna lay there and plant them damn roses because I'm fucking gone.
Yeah.
But I say be careful about the advice you get, because I went to marriage counseling. Even though I knew it was over, I wanted nothing to do with this. By Texas law, you have to get marriage counseling before you can finalize your divorce. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, tell me I want to stay with somebody, motherfucker. then they make you wait 30 more days to yes. Okay. Anyway, girl. So it was a man. Yes, it was a man therapist, and he just started telling me I was wrong and men cheat. He did everything that he was supposed to do, and you leave because he cheated. And I was like, you know what? You can kiss my ass, and I'm not paying you shit. I'm gone. But I say that because people are biased. See, if I was a weak woman, I would have took him back because a therapist told me men cheat. Get used to it. You have to be careful with who you get advice from. So y'all, exactly. I hope that's an eye opener for the ladies.
Yes, I mean.
So I'm sorry, girl. I was just on fire. I want to get to your topic next, though. You next.
All right. Oh, you want me to go on the next topic, right?
Yeah, this is your topic. I don't want to take too much time, girl.
I will touch upon that because you and me been through the same thing. Same thing. Cheating, social media, and I tried to force something that I couldn't do. And of course my family got upset, whatever, but they don't live what I was feeling. The man didn't even tell me he was married when I was with him. He didn't tell his family I was pregnant till after all 6 months. Okay. And then he cheated on with a girl at his store and then on social media. And it was going on for years and I just couldn't do it no more. So I was like, sayonara, you want to do this? Okay, I'm going to go do my thing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to keep it together. Like I didn't want to keep it together because I wasn't happy. Ever since I found out after the fact that my son was born, he cheated on me after my son was born. It's like I couldn't do it no more, and that's what ended it. I didn't want it to work. I was forced to because of my son, because of his disability. But I did just as good without him, with my son with disability, because I'm his advocate and I do everything for him. So I just hope that ladies really don't feel like they have to stay, and they should tell their family, hey, you know what, I'm gonna do this on my own because it's what's gonna make me happy. What's gonna make you happy? What's gonna make you to succeed in life and feel good and feel confident about yourself? Don't just stick around because that's what everybody wants and because of the kids, because that's just a bad mixture all over.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I was talking with my husband earlier that it's just sickening to me that I see like mostly men saying it's so hard not to cheat because it's so many bad bitches.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, it's to me, and it's just me personally. I think it's easy to stay faithful, but it's hard to cheat.
Yeah.
And I say that because you have to lie.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. First off, it's hard making one man happy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna make two and three? Like, my nerves and my mouth too bad to juggle multiple men. I'll be done cuss your ass out.
Mm-hmm.
So I only have time for my only one husband. I don't have time for like multiple men.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even like a clingy type of woman, so you're not getting no love from me. So like you ain't about to be happy.
Yeah.
I only can give that to one man. So to hear a lot of men saying, "Oh, women need to get with the program. Let us cheat." Y'all are fucking insane for saying that, bro. Like no chill whatsoever. That's crazy.
That's why there's so many diseases out there. So many
Hello.
STDs. Mm-hmm.
They don't be saying nothing about that. Pants on fire.
Oh no.
I mean, it's true. They don't. They don't be telling people, "Hey, cheat. Your pants might be on fire. Mine was on fire 2 weeks ago, but cheat." Yeah, they don't be telling you that.
No.
But they don't mind telling you go, play the field and stuff like that. But whatever. What was your topic that you wanted to talk on? We're talking about multiple topics, everyone.
So one of my topics I want to discuss is what happened in San Diego Zoo with that man with the baby, with the 2-year-old toddler.
I saw that.
How he took the baby and took it in the enclosure. He literally went over the fence and through the enclosure, okay, and was taking pictures. And you see that bull elephant get so angry because that's his territory and starts charging after him. And he didn't even know the elephant was right behind him. And when he was trying to escape, in the process of it, he dropped his 2-year-old child, literally forgot about it for like a couple seconds and realized it was like his hands were up in the air, and then goes, picks her up and runs off. It's like, ooh, that really angered me as a parent, because you should do anything to protect your child and not put your child in danger like that. I mean, like, I mean, like, what was going through his mind? I mean, even people are yelling at him, like, "What are you doing? Get out of there!" And I guess later, the zookeepers came on the news and stated the fact that, the elephants are used to the same people they see every day. The zookeepers that care for them, and they know who they are, and they build relationships like that. Now, when this man went in there, that bull felt threatened. He's seen somebody in there, like, "Hey, what's going on?" And once I seen him charge, I was like, the baby. I didn't care about the man. I cared about the baby. It's like, you're a full grown man. You're not supposed to be in there, but yet you're in there anyways, jeopardizing your life and your daughter's life. And when I seen him drop her, I was like, you're so lucky you didn't drop her in that enclosure. What if the elephant would have killed that toddler? So many things could have happened, but it didn't happen. So he better thank that Lord Jesus up above, Jesus take the wheel on this one, because he saved that little baby's life by at least him having that's my cousin April. Hey girl, we got a hit. Yes, we got a hit. But yeah, I just don't, like, as a parent, like, if I was his wife or his girlfriend, I would take that baby away. You know, I know maybe kind of touchy, but it makes me think, what can he do in the future if he's not thinking men and basically that has signs do not enter? What can he do later that could jeopardize my child? Could I trust him again? Not for a long time. I mean, it's plain and simple, you know.
It definitely sounds irresponsible, and I think that is what would bother me, because when I'm glued to my phone most of the time in the afternoon, and I start getting feeds from Yahoo Mail, and it caught my attention, and I looked and I was like, no, this fool did what? So I read it, and I'm like, hell no, like, why would you do that? He taking selfies, and then the baby, y'all fall and stuff, and then it's like, now they done took your child from you, and who knows what the mom gonna have to go through to get the child back. Because then they investigate her, and she wasn't even there, because they look at it like, what else has he done? Do you always leave this child with him? It's just certain things that you don't do, and I definitely thought that was like probably like a Dumb and Dumber moment. Like, wow, come on, bro. They're not even open, meaning that your ass is not even supposed to be there. He really should have got fines and all type of shit for trespassing.
Yeah, he should have, but the only thing they're really charging him with is the child neglect and endangerment. Whip
that ass. I totally agree. He need his ass whooped.
Right? I mean, that's what it would take me a lot to restrain myself from doing that, because as a mom, I'm going to protect my baby, you know? And it's just like, when I saw that, my heart literally sank, you know, because I follow TMZ. TMZ has the most I would have squared up in the parking lot, you know. I would have definitely, like, you know, like, it would have took me a lot not to go after this man, you know. I mean, as a parent, if I would have been there, I probably would have called the police, like, hey, this man, you know, I would have been calling, I would have been screaming, like, I would, like, I would do anything I can to make sure that child would have been safe. Like, I would have, like.
But so I didn't get that part though. If it's not open, then nobody was supposed to be there, right?
Oh, it was open. It was open to the public, and there was people around him, and you can hear people, like, they have a video, because the zoo was open at that time.
So was that one part just closed because it said something like he wasn't supposed to be in this certain part?
Yeah. So what happened was, it was open, but he went. It was an enclosure. So he jumped over the fence and then went into the enclosure. So he went and people recorded him. It's actually on TMZ, and you could see him just holding the baby right there, and you see the elephant run up on him, and then he just bolts it. And
he needs to be his ass in jail, thinking about how dumb that shit was.
I would never even do that. I wouldn't even put my child over the railing at zoos. Sometimes you see people put their babies over the railings to look at. I'm like, what are you doing? I remember that day when I went to Oakland Zoo with my fiance for the day, for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You see somebody put their kid over the railing where there's a hyena right, like, less than 5 feet. And I'm like, oh my God. And then we saw another one at a tiger enclosure doing the same thing, and the kids all kicking the gate, and I'm like, bruh, what are you doing? If you drop that baby, you're in serious trouble.
Girl, that's crazy. I'm even concerned when, like, we have a downtown aquarium, sharks and shit. I don't like my kids getting too close to the tank.
Right?
And I know people be looking at me like I'm crazy. I be like grabbing them like, that's a little too.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Nothing's ever guaranteed
at all.
That's why you gotta protect your babies I would protect my babies to the end of time, and I would not put them in a predicament or trusting certain things that I know that's not always 100%, because you don't know, something might malfunction, something might happen. And then what will you do? Drop the baby, then the animals after they put the animal down. Yeah, that's true. But in this case, they didn't have to put the elephant down. Thank God. I would have been so mad.
Yeah, because that happened with the monkey, though, right?
The gorilla.
They dropped Didn't they drop another baby? They accidentally, though. But still, like,
why blame the gorilla? It's like, you know, he was just, you know. But there were some cases where there was this one gorilla. I can't remember what zoo. She actually protected the baby from the other gorilla.
I saw that. That was a long time ago, too.
Yes. But the most recent one is when they were pulling that baby in the moat part. and they had to shoot and kill that gorilla, unfortunately, you know. But it's just, I think the parent should have some kind of like thing taxed on them when they do irresponsible things like that, or have their child taken away and let them get reevaluated. Like, what were you thinking? What were you doing? Their signs, did you not see the signs?
Or some type of course.
Yeah, at
like
least
a parental
something.
course, you know, which is silly shit. But I mean, because who in their right mind jumps behind some shit into danger? Mm-hmm. Who does that? I mean, I don't know, girl.
I could tell you some crazy girl. I can tell you something really crazy. I used to work at a theme park called Great America Cedar Fair, at California. You can look at it. It actually was in the news. And there's a sign telling people not to go over the fence because there's a ride coming. It's called Top Gun. And in the process, this man dropped his hat. He told them, they said, we have to wait until the end of the park of the day to go get your hat. The guy decided to go outside the park, jumped the fence, went to pick up his hat. And when the ride was coming down, because your feet dangle, when it came down, he was right here. When he picked up his hat, he looked up and people's feet came and just hit him in the neck. And this ride was going at least 65, 80 miles per hour. And it struck him in the neck and he flew at least 20 feet.
Is he still alive?
Oh, no. That man lost his life for a hat and he just couldn't wait, you know? And it's just, that's why I said, like, even with signs, people still don't follow the rules, you know? And they think that they should be exempt. And I think everybody should follow rules if they're in place. They're in place for a reason. And God may rest his soul. You know, I feel so bad, but, you know, sometimes you just got to let certain things go. You know, that's how I feel.
You know, there's an old saying that common sense ain't so common.
Oh, there you go. Yes. Yes.
That's just, you know, what it is. I mean, I just don't, I'm not big on wildlife anyway. And I got a son that is like thinking he could pet animals and all type of shit. And I'll just be like, boy, stop before you get in trouble. And he big. He a tall boy. And I'm like, boy, you gonna get in trouble because you don't know how these people raising their animals. You can get big, you can get hurt. So I'm always just cautious. You would just think, like you said, people would just not put their child in harm's way. But I think they'll get the kid back. I don't think he will, but unfortunately, with the mom being the crossfire, she might have to take some classes and stuff. But if she's gonna continue to stay with this fool,
I would not. I'll be like,
baby, you can't even take my child to the gas station and back home.
I would get him supervised visits, make sure he goes to classes, you know, make sure he goes all the 9 miles, and you know, and not only that, you know, pay fines. You know, pay what is due for what you know you did is wrong. I mean, they have it like plain and simple. Signs are not only just in English; they're in different type of languages, so everybody can't understand. So there should be no excuse for it, none whatsoever.
No excuse whatsoever. So that was a good topic. I hope y'all enjoying this and tuning in because my next topic, and I did some research.
Here we go.
First off, y'all better get off Kylie Jenner, okay? That is one of my favorite. Khloe Kardashian and Kylie Jenner, those are my favorite. Okay, first off, every time I turn around, Kylie can't breathe a certain type of way, and they messing with cyberbullying. Okay, so everybody was upset because her her makeup artist, I think his name was Sam.
Yeah.
Got into a horrible car wreck.
Yes.
And she asked people to set up a GoFundMe, or she set up the GoFundMe and raised about $5,000 at the time. Mm-hmm. Now the goal, from what I heard, was only $10,000. She ended up raising way more than what he asked for. But when they started getting money, the family raised the GoFundMe up. So she did her part. But so many people came down on her for not paying the $60,000 out of pocket. So how do you feel about that? Because I also have a part 2 to this story. How do you feel? Do you feel that she should have automatically signed a $60,000 check and say, here you go, you know?
I mean, it could be one or two ways. I mean, like, because I kind of read up on that story as well. And I guess she did know him and they lost touch. And she heard about the accident. So she lost touch with this Sam, the makeup artist. And And in the process of that, she felt bad and she wanted to be involved in it. And I totally understand that. If I had the money, like, my friend just passed away not long ago. If I had the money and I knew I was making money, I could make more money, but at the same time, maybe she just wanted other people to stop for a second and think about another individual that got injured during a car accident, and that's how I see it. It could play either way, but if I had money and I know I could make more, then definitely I would do that for my friend, or any family member, or anything for that gesture. If I knew I had a lot of money and I make a lot of money, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? But at the same time, if it's somebody that I rarely knew, or it was an acquaintance, then yeah, I'll give some money, but not all of it,
Right.
And that's how I felt. Like, I think she's in the crossfires in this, because it's like a hit or miss, because people are not looking two sides of the fence. And honestly, how I feel about cyberbullying. I cannot stand people that cyberbully. I think it's a chicken way. It's
Mm-hmm.
a nonchalant way. But it's just, it's like, hey, if this is what she's decided to do, that's her money, then that's what she's going to do. They're missing the whole point of this picture, and that's that person that almost lost their life. I think he almost lost his life, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was really, really bad.
So see, people got to stop thinking about money signs and start thinking about the people that are affected of what happened, and they're losing sight of that, and that's not what it was about to me. So I think people lost track of that.
No, absolutely. I feel like when I first heard the story, my first thing was not to say, "Oh, Kylie wrong. She should have paid $60,000." I want to know what happened on the back end. You know what I'm saying? That's just like the detective in me. Like, what happened? Like, it got to be a reason, because I used to watch her show when she had her solo show. She's such a sweetheart. I don't think it get really showcased enough, because she's not really
Yeah.
out there as Kim is and Chloe. But in her show, she helped a lot of people. Took them to prom. She did a lot of things for people that's bullied. She's a real sweet girl. So I thought, me knowing that part about her, I automatically thought maybe she's not friends with this person. So here's what Kylie had to say, and I'll just read just a portion of it. Sam isn't my makeup artist, and unfortunately, we don't have a personal relationship anymore, but I have worked with him a few years ago and think he's the sweetest. I saw my current makeup artist and friend Ariel post about Sam's accident and his family's GoFundMe, and I called Ariel immediately to see what happened to Sam. So basically, in a nutshell, they're not even friends like
Yeah.
they used to be. So if I was friends with you and this happened, now I'm not obligated. I don't have to give you anything. But if out the kindness of my heart, if I decide to say, here goes some money toward it, or here's the entire fee, then that's just me being a good person.
Yeah.
But if you're not my friend and you're a former friend,
Yeah.
then I really don't owe you anything. I don't even have to set up a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
So that was nice of her to even
insinuate that,
because she knows her influence would make people hurry up and give them contribute to something. I guess what I am tired about seeing is people policing people money, telling people how to spend their money, what to do with it, what you should be doing with it. Worry about your own money, your own damn pockets.
Yes. That's how I feel, because it's just, as I said, everybody doesn't really see people unless they really know them, and at least out of the kindness of her heart, she did that. So that's why I like to see both sides of the fence, but at the same time, you have to kind of go with focus on what the raising of the money is for. It doesn't matter if you donate $5 or $10.
Right.
Pay my bills. You can tell me how much to spend and how to spend. Yeah, exactly. Right, April. But to me, it's just if I had the money, I would do it if it was somebody close to me. But if they were very close to me, then I'll try to donate a little bit as I can. But other than that, it's I can't really do that for you. And people need to take a step back, and not be so judgmental. I think we have enough going on since last year. We all need to work together and overcome that, so we can learn and grow together if we're going to get through anything together. That's how I see it.
No, I agree with what you said, and it's unfortunate, but you know that's just what it is. I mean, you know, it's Hollywood, it's entertainment, and people would rather run with a bad story than a good one. But I'm glad that she let people know what it was, and maybe they'll understand. Like now, she wasn't even obligated to do the GoFundMe or even suggest anyone fund anything. But the fact that she did, it just still shows that she has a good heart. We're not even friends no more, and I'm still saying, hey,
yeah,
you know, contribute to his GoFundMe. This took place. I'm praying for his family. You know. So yeah, that was my you know, my second topic.
Okay. Whew. Ready for my topic?
Yes, I am. Let's get it.
Okay, so for those of you that do follow me, and I hope you guys do, I did a makeup tutorial last week, Wednesday, on St. Patty's Day, because I am part Irish and Scottish.
Nice.
I was doing a makeup look, and of course, Miss Blue, I sent you something so you can share with the viewers. I caught an orb in the background when at the very end of my tutorial, and it freaked me out. I literally, like, my hair stuck up the back of my neck, and the look on my face was unbelievable because the way how it was bright and it was pink and it went from one side to the other. So right behind me, you see it traveled from one side to the other, and I had to get off because I was just so in shock. Like, it was unbelievable. So with that, things started to happen a little bit around my house. Yes, since then. Lately I've been feeling somebody's watching me. You know when you get that feeling somebody's watching you?
Yeah.
And that's how I feel now when I go in certain parts of the house, and I'm just like, okay, everybody's skeptical. I know everybody believes in their own things. I get it, but I was skeptical too. Until, you know, of course you see Ghost Adventures, Zach Bagans and everything, and you see those little orbs flying in the light, and I'm like, yeah, right, that's probably a light or something. Yeah. But boy, did it shut me up for a couple days, catching that in broad daylight in the lamp. You know, that there was not dark in my room. So, of course, I don't know if you're able to share that, Miss Blue.
Yeah, let me see, because I got the clip. Hold on, wait. Yeah. I got it. Jeez, I don't know if it'll show so good. Hold on.
Probably not. Oh, yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so I'm going to hit this. Okay, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me.
For you before I go on my...
Can't really see it. I don't know why.
For you before I go on my...
Oh, there it is. I saw it.
I did. Let me see if I can do it one more time.
For you before I go on my...
I saw it.
Now you saw it.
I saw that.
So, I mean, if you want to upload it on your radio show so that everybody can see a clear picture. And this was taken in my car. And it's not a filter. I will take a polygraph test because I passed it before. That is a real man sitting in the back seat of my car. So,
let me just say this. If there is good, there is evil. Okay, it's no way. I don't care who you are. You can't just say there's angels, but there's not demons. Okay, and me growing up in the church, my mom being a pastor my almost entire life, she will even tell you this. So I definitely believe you. You would not have to take a polygraph test for me because I saw it. I'm not necessarily familiar with orbs. But when I read up on it, I was like, oh, okay. Now, sometimes people that don't go, or spirits that do not go to the light.
Yeah.
Or they have something to tell you, or they miss you, will tend to hang around you until their spirit, I guess, I'm not sure exactly what forces the spirit to go to the light when it's their turn. But some of them will not go, and they will hang around somebody that they miss or wanted to tell. So I'm thinking that it could possibly be your friend's spirit, especially if you've been having dreams and you've just been really sad lately. Yeah, she might be trying to talk to you or in spirit tell you that she is okay.
Yeah, most definitely.
But you do have bad spirits, and I don't think necessarily that was that in the case, but I've dealt with it myself. And so I know that is all the way real. It's just weird how it works.
Yeah. I just wish I could understand it more better. And people immediately hit me up saying, you should do an EVP session. You should put a dim light in your room and try to get more orbs, you know? And I was just like, I ain't trying to bring anything out my house.
I don't think,
if they need to go, I just did what my mom told me. Said, hey, you need to cross over. Everything's okay here. You need to go home, you know? And the weird thing is that things started happening in my house. So, you know, I know that, like, my fiance was telling me we got loved ones on. Yes, we do have loved ones on the other side. There's always going to be another side for all of us. But my fiance had his remote control on the table. It's a PlayStation. A PlayStation remote control. And he was on the other side of the room. I was, like, I think taking a nap at the time. But he said that he stood across the other room. And you know when you get those apps on like PlayStation or Xbox, you know, you have to push on a button for it to move over to the next app, right? So he just kind of stood there and he just kind of looked and he heard the click and then he seen the TV app move over. In order for that to happen, you have to push the button. And it freaked him out. And
this is after the orb situation.
And on top of that, my cat's been freaking out. You know, I have my kitty, and she's been freaking out lately. She's been growling, and it's making me feel kind of odd. So what I did was I contacted Patty. She has been a renowned, known person for checking into these things because I kind of want to know. It kind of piqued my interest. So what she's been seen on Ghost Adventures with Zach Bagans. She's been seen on multiple things, and she lets you know. So I got in contact with her, and she's going to do reading with me so we can try to figure out what's going on here. Because in the process of me looking back at everything, today, me and my son noticed from last year when he played football, when he got hit, an orb came out of him. And we both seen it. Because we were just looking at his old football videos. I'm just like, man, how long have you been around? It was weird because as soon as he hits the ground, you see this white ball coming out of him and coming straight towards my camera. So I never noticed it until really today. So it kind of concerns me because I want to know who it is, or if, you know, I don't want to summon anything in my house either or call them out. I ain't trying to go that far or burn sage in my house. I just want to know who it is. If it's my grandma, not my grandma's mom, the one that passed away too, like a couple years ago, or my grandpa, which I never met in my life, the man in that picture. So I have a lot of questions and I kind of want to know, you know, why not try it? You know, give it a whirl, you know? But, you know.
Yeah, because I can tell you when it comes to like ghosts and stuff like that, my mom will take holy oil and she sprinkles it around the room and she says Bible quotes and she talks out loud to God. Because we had a situation too years ago.
Really?
And I wish my kids would not have went through that. Because they're older and they still talk about it.
Poltergeist?
We had a, paranormal
activity.
Paranormal. We had that. You see it on TV, but it's like when it happens to you. And the reason that it happened to us is because I had a next door neighbor that I was very close to at the time. And she was really big on voodoo curses. She come from New Orleans. That's where it's very popular.
Right, yeah.
And she did curses all the time. And I used to just be like, girl, don't you get tired? And she would just be like, nah. And so she asked me one day if she could burn something in my room. And I told her, I said, no, I'm not comfortable with that. And she was just like, okay. Well, I believe that she somehow found a way to sneak into my house and she did it. I believe it because I'm the type of person that I would sleep with my doors open, the closet door open. It could be pitch black. I'm not afraid of the dark, especially in a house where I pay my damn bills.
Right.
So one day we were asleep, all laying together. When my boys were real little, they used to lay by me, and it was just them. And one of them kept saying that the cover was being pulled, and I just was getting annoyed. I was like, the cover is not being pulled. Stop. And I finally got it pulled too, and I was just like, now what the hell? Who is that? And I looked, and you know how it's slowly pulling like this.
Oh no!
I got so scared. I was like, on the count of 3, I'm gonna jump up and cut this lights on. I want y'all to run like hell.
Oh,
exactly what they did. And when my mom came in the room, because we were roommating with each other, the cover was squeezed together like when you yank, yeah. And it was like 1 a.m. I knocked on my friend's door, and I was like, your ass went in my closet and burned some shit because I got a damn ghost in there, and he's mad as hell. They ain't got shit to do with me. You tell his ass to go home with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I know for a fact, I do believe in ghosts.
That's something else. You know, it's so crazy because, like, even my mom, you know, even when my son was little, my first son, it's like my mom told me things that happened in her home. I was like, yeah, right. But from what I understood, I look back in the past, and my mom and her family did stay in the most haunted house in San Jose.
Oh.
And she saw some crazy stuff, but she really won't go public, so I'll go public for her anyways. So in the process of that, she saw ghosts. She saw things in there, like a woman crying. I'm like, ooh, like when you hear a woman cry in our heritage, it's not bueno, okay? And it's basically called the Llorona, a woman that drowned her 2 boys because she was so upset of the affair that the man had with another woman and left her. So in order to make him pay, she murdered her 2 boys and then she killed herself.
Oh my goodness.
So she thought she had that, but later my mom and everybody moved out of the house, and then her old friend moved in there. And many years later, she came up and saw my mom again. She goes, hey, I got to ask you something. Before you moved, was your house haunted? And my mom goes, why? And she told her all the stuff that happened to her, the poltergeist, everything. So it is skeptical, but I really think that I know when I talked to this lady, Patty, I know she's going to give me a lot of insight because things happened even when my son was born. I couldn't explain. Like, so they said that sometimes when you buy something, even a little trinket can carry negative energy. And when you bring it in the home, it will start haunting the hell out of your house. So one time my mom bought this thing from a flea market. It was a Doberman egg, and it had a picture of a Doberman, and it was on an egg. And when my son barely started walking, I heard some shaking, and I pulled him, and the egg flew right in front of him. And it was like a hard egg. And I'm just like, and I looked at everybody because it flew at least 5 to 10 feet. I swear over everything. I swear over my life, my kid's life. That thing flew and almost hit my son. And I looked at my mom, and I was like, what the hell just happened? It stunned everybody. So in the process of that, my mom ended up getting rid of that egg, and nothing happened ever since then in the house. So sometimes I was thinking, did I bring something home? Did I buy something and bring something to my house? But I haven't really bought anything. You know, all I know is that happened, and it takes a toll. So hopefully, you know, when people see this video, hopefully it will make them something to think about, you know. And when I talk to the lady, I hope she'll let me record it so you can see it for yourself, what she's going to tell me.
Yeah, do that. So, because I definitely like to stay followed up on it. And hopefully it works. I never had, I think they call them like a psychic medium, what is going to happen to you. Now, I have had my palms read. And I don't, that was just the craziest shit. No, I had my palms read by a Cherokee Indian.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, what she said was kind of true, but then she was inaccurate about some other parts about it, and I always thought, like, I don't know if I believe it. I know my mom was very upset when I told her that, because she's a pastor and stuff, and she's just like, you shouldn't do that. You should have went to God if you wanted to know. But sometimes I just wanted to know. It's just crazy. But I think I really honestly do believe that spirits do not rest sometimes, and they just, you know, I could not imagine. Death is always so sad to me.
Yeah.
To hear about it, and definitely don't want to be the actual one that, you know, is deceased one day. But I can't imagine not wanting to go to the light either.
Yeah.
I can imagine that I would still want people to make my plate at the table as if heaven is still there.
Right?
Because I'm gonna be, you know, a petty ghost. But
hey, petty. No.
I'm just saying, you know, because I'm gonna have a hard time believing that I'm not there no more. Like, you know, you love these people that you are giving to. These are your earthly. You know, you love them and you don't want to leave. You know, that's why I think, especially if it's not a bad entity.
Yeah.
I think that she probably just misses you, because when you hit me up not too long ago, I could feel in the energy that you were giving to me how sad you were.
I was.
So she's probably just like trying to hug you, some, you know, in a spiritual way. Definitely keep me posted, girl. We have been on it tonight. You any other like spontaneous topic real quick that you I talked about, I mean, I don't know, I talked about I think I talked about like my main things. If y'all missed it, y'all can go back and read, watch it, and I showed some comments for you guys. Y'all can watch the comments and stuff like that. But we will actually be doing this again.
Yes, we will.
Because Callie is the actual permanent co-host, so she chimed in. Oh yeah, we man. I don't know. One of our videos had like
we did
we
tore it up.
500 views one time. I think we were talking about the president stuff, and yeah, it was crazy.
It was crazy at that time. It was so crazy. I really know that with this, what they're gonna say, I think they're gonna really bump that up higher just to see that video. And if you have my permission to upload on your Facebook, so that way people can see a real visual, and I get people's, you know, intake on it. Like, what do you think? You know, you can post pictures. I give you full copyrights to it, you know, whatever, because I'm not gonna do nothing with those either.
Yes.
But I know, you know, there's so much craziness in the world, and I think what we need is all a little love, especially what's going on with that the Asians right now. And I feel so bad for what's going on with them. You know, I know we had a lot of attacks here in San Francisco, and one of them was an elderly lady. She actually beat the dude up with the stick.
I had heard about that.
And actually, if you go on GoFundMe, I guess her family raised money because all this was black and blue, because he like was beating her, you know. And it's not just about her. There's so many like Asian Americans that lost their lives already. Some elderly people in San Francisco. Like, you got to look it up, Miss Blue. But my heart goes out to them, and to please everybody stop the Asian American hate. It's not right. It's not fair. You know, treat people the way you want to be treated. And I'm glad that elderly woman beat the heck out of that dude, because he was like in a stretcher. It's like, yeah, well,
it's sad. I saw that, and I just want to say it's not right for any race to be picked on, because we don't get to choose what color we are and how our hair is and how our, you know, whatever it is. But you have the right to be happy in the skin that you're in. That's how God made you. Nobody made you but God. So when you beat on people and you kill people because they don't look like you, you're spitting in God's face, because He created everyone. So He's very displeased. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I definitely say, like, y'all got to stop with the being hateful and spiteful. It's just disgusting.
It is, and a lot of people are comparing it to, yes, One Love, April, most definitely. A lot of people are bringing it back to when a former president, which he shall not be named, brought up saying these racial slurs about saying Kung Flu and all this other stuff. Very disrespectful, you know. And it's so hard to see and hear things like that. But now that we're creating a better world with somebody new, thank God, President Biden, that we're starting to see him making changes in the right direction. And everybody may agree to disagree. I know I'm going to hear it. I always do. But either way, you guys, I really hope that everybody gets together and loves one another. That's all I want. And yes, we may agree to disagree. People lost friendships or did lose friendship. Thank you, April. And it's just we don't have time for that, people. We don't have time for that. We have a short life on this earth and might as well do and live great and do good things for others. But this violence for these Asian Americans, my heart goes out for all of them. And for the ones that did lose their life, unfortunately, I know there was a couple in San Francisco that got pushed or knocked over and hit their heads on concrete. It's very sad. So, Miss Blue, I encourage you to check that out when you have the chance. It's really worse up here in San Francisco. It's only like an hour and a half from my house. But I know they stepped up patrols, which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah.
But what the one thing that's awesome, the elderly woman that got beat up by that man and she beat him up with the stick, I think what I heard is that she's not going to keep the money. She's going to donate it. I can't remember for what at this moment in time, but I'm not too sure if she's going to donate to the Asian Americans or for policealizing so that way there's more security. But I heard people are stepping up and they're fighting back. And honestly, it's like, I think that it's great that she's going to donate instead of just keeping it. And that shows where her heart is in this. So I much applause for her.
Yes.
Much applause. Love.
Definitely. Love. Well, I definitely want to say thank you, April, so much for tuning in. Thank you for everyone that tuned in. I saw you guys, and a lot of people they might be working or getting off from work, but that is why I purposely made this a YouTube and Facebook Live. So at the same time, it was on both sites. So we did that. I'm sure y'all run the views up, and I'm definitely going to air this episode on Roku.
Oh yes, it's a mess. And you got to post those pictures and see what people think.
Yes, I'm going to. I just think that's crazy, but I definitely always have a great time when you're co-hosting on the show, girl.
Oh, we get down and dirty, but we go down deep in them cracks. So I'll tell you, we get dirty, we get up in them cracks, and we fill them up.
Woo! No filter, and that's how I like my show. You know what, Callie? And this is just off topic, but this is funny. The other day, I heard 3 new podcasts that made it to radio, but they were advertising, and I thought, damn, I would like my radio show to be on the radio, like mainstream radio. Mm-hmm. And then I thought about it. They were not cussing like me.
Hey, you know what? Because we tell it how it is. We got facts.
Yeah, I was thinking like, you know what? I thought I really like doing it indie because I can be raw as I need to be and not scripted. Mm-hmm. And I like it that way. But yeah, it was just a thought. And I was just like, nah, I'm going to just keep it like it is. Yeah. But now, I would like to do like, if they ever had like something come to Houston, like The Real, I would like to be like a host of like a 3 or 4 lady talk show.
Girl, I'll be so down to do that with you in a heartbeat.
We would need major funding, and that's the situation. But I would love to do because
I would. It's like I feel like we kind of do that already on every Friday nights with our crew,
right?
Like we're kind of like that. We all have a good mixture among us, and it's like we all bring something each to the table, and each of us have our own little personalities, and I just love it, and I love being raw. It's just I have to be careful what I say sometimes because I know my parents are gonna watch it, so I don't have to hear it later with whatever they're gonna tell me. But I'll be raw when it comes down to it, and when how I get. But I appreciate everything you do, Miss Blue. You're amazing, and I hope everybody will continue to support you. And I got you. I will support you, and I'm here for you, girl. And I know God's got great things for you.
Oh yes, and the same with you. And I was gonna say with my mom. She be watching these episodes, but one thing I can say, she has always let me be me. That's and even been a pastor, I have not been. Girl, I have said some things that you just like don't say to a pastor mom, but she has always allowed me to be me, and I really appreciate that. She knows that I cuss. She knows that how I feel is how I feel, and she tells me if I'm wrong, but she rolls with it. So I definitely think we both bring a lot to the table, and it can only go up. Like Sierra say, level up. You know.
Yes, level up, most definitely. And what else you got planned today, Miss Blue?
Well, I'm just gonna go home and I'm going to relax, chill with my husband.
There you go.
And just talk and probably just watch some movies or something like that.
Well, you guys enjoy your time and give your family my love. And thank you, everybody that's going to be tuning in and watching this later. Drop that line, check out those videos, and check out this video and share it. You know, we get down. And don't forget about this Saturday, girl. I'm doing my makeup giveaway.
And I will be there. Girl, you got to do your old school dance. Do an old school dance. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Miss Blue Radio Show with my lovely co-host, Callie Girl from LA. Did you like that?
Yes, I love it. Gotta do some more of this, girl. More.
All right, thank you. And April, thank you so much for tuning in, and everybody else that tuned in. Y'all will see us again probably the first week of April. We'll probably be back at it.
Okay, sounds perfect.
Blessings to y'all.
Yes. Love y'all. Bye.